Cloud-based companies versus Keller Williams. Well, Keller's been around for a very long time, and they do things a little bit differently than most of the brokerage around town. So I'm going to meet up with Elizabeth Rains today, and we're going to do a deep dive on all the things that I love about Keller Williams and just see if maybe it's the right fit for you, whether you are thinking about getting into real estate or if you are in real estate and you're thinking maybe it's just time for a change. I'm with Elizabeth Rains here. She's team leader at the Keller Williams Preferred South Tulsa office here. And you've been in real estate for a really long time.
1996, I got my license.
So you've seen a lot of the ups and downs of the industry and changes. As we all know, real estate is an ever-changing industry. So what are, just right out the gate, what would you say are like 3 reasons someone would want to be hanging their license at Keller Williams?
Well, I think that, first of all, you have to realize that, Keller's been around for, decades.
Right.
Which means we've gone through many cycles in the market, right? Through the 2008, real estate crash, through high markets, low markets. And so I think there's stability, longevity there. We are a zero debt company. And that wasn't a big deal about being open books and zero debt until the 2008 real estate crash, right? And then, you really found out who was running a strong, solid business model, and, who jumped into the industry because it looked quick and easy.
For sure. Well, I'm talking about, having the open books. That's something that I've always thought was, I didn't realize how powerful it was until you talk to other agents and you realize how untransparent other brokerages can be, to where I can walk into our MCA, our market center administrator, and she'd be like, well, yeah, here's how much the team leader made. Here's how much so-and-so's making. So I think that transparency really adds to the win-win that we talk about at Keller Williams, because we're all working in it together and there's no shell game happening.
Well, Gary Keller said it years and years ago when I joined. He said, if someone's truly a partner, then they should open up their books and share the numbers with you. If you're really in business with someone, you should be able to see the books. If not, you're an employee, right? We don't show our books to employees per se, right? We show our books to stakeholders and partners that we have. And that's something very interesting. We have never gone public. And there's a lot of reasons for that. In publicly traded companies, they are beholden to the stakeholders, not necessarily the people they're in business with, right? So they make decisions that are best for the shareholders in that company. And so Gary Keller's doubled down and been committed. He's in business with the agents. The agents are stakeholder partners in the company, and we give back 48% of our profits to the agents through the profit share program. And again, completely open books. And I think that makes a really big difference. The other thing that really was an eye-opener for me about the model is there's a ton of tech companies opening up out there. I mean, there's a new one every week, right? That says, we're going to give you stock, or we're going to give you bells and whistles, or we're going to, wash your car, whatever it might be, right? And my question would be, do they open up the books? Do you know they're completely debt-free? Do they really treat you like a partner in the business?
Right.
And if this market were to turn, do they have the reserves to run that company and keep you in business?
Right. That's true. That's good points. And I think you talk about the bells and whistles and all that stuff that they advertise that are so great, but I find a lot of times when I mastermind these other companies with you, that when you really look at the numbers, a lot of it becomes that shell game again, where are you actually getting that great of a deal, or end up just paying more for things that maybe you don't really need or that you didn't realize you were paying for?
Well, I mean, people reach out to me all the time. Being a team leader, they want to get into business with me,
right,
so to speak. And so I just let them talk. And typically, what I hear is, this is what the company does. This is the bells and whistles we provide.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going to do this and do that and do a billboard and do this and that. But nobody ever talks to me about the agent and the agent business.
Yeah.
How are we going to help you build a sustainable business?
Right.
Are we going to teach you about wealth building? Are we going to teach you how to be self-employed and take care of your taxes?
Yeah.
Right? Are we providing a safety net for you if you had a unforeseen life event, like KW Cares that steps in and gives grants to agents? I want to hear about a company that's going to build an agent's business and put them on a better financial path so that they can take care of their families. I always say, I kind of joke about this, you don't need a broker till you need a broker, right? Then you really need a broker.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we're committed to is there's a broker in the building all the time. Either I'm in the building or Gloria's in the building. All of our staff have been licensed, and so they can answer a question. I think that really matters. When you're trying to hold a deal together, when you've been served, when somebody tells you they're hiring an attorney, when there's a mediation coming, that's not the time to realize you don't have any backup support. I mean, there's a company in town that does not mediate. They won't. And so when we reach out to that other broker, we're told, don't bother us. We don't do that. So that really leaves the agent and the client kind of hanging out there to dry. So beyond the bricks and mortar, I mean, you can have all the benefits of a cloud-based. You can be as paperless as you want to with us. You can do your whole business, from your living room.
Yeah.
And when you need that brick and mortar, when you need that training, when you need that coaching, you need that consulting, and you need that broker, we're here.
Right. Definitely. I think that adds to the support thing, because what you mentioned a little bit before was about all of the other classes we do to teach not just selling real estate, but just good life practices, good wealth building, your spiritual health. All of those things are stuff that we cover in a wide variety of classes at Keller Williams. And I think that really speaks to we want to support agents in all aspects of their life, not just in selling real estate.
Yeah, it's a holistic approach. I mean, it's like who you are here is who you are there. So if we can help you to be a better leader in your business, you're a better leader with your family. You're a better leader with your finances. You're a better leader, in whatever spiritual journey you're taking. So we're into developing the whole person, the 7 circles, as we call it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is kind of retirement. So a lot of agents, just because of the nature of the business, they're self-employed, they really don't save for their retirement. So Keller Williams and Gary Keller took the approach a few years ago to start Profit Share. So let's talk a little bit about that, kind of what it looks like, and maybe educate people on that have never heard of it.
Well, the real deal about Profit Share is Gary wanted to make agents stakeholders in the company. So you get the benefits of being treated like an owner without the risk of cash calls. Because I have some companies, and if it doesn't make money that month, or if something comes up, something breaks, I have to get the checkbook out and write a check. So the agent associate gets the benefit of being treated like an owner and sharing in the owner's profits without the liability of being at risk for cash calls and things like that.
Right. Well, and part of the money the money of Profit Share comes from the owners of the company that have chosen to give away roughly 50% of their profits back to the agent.
That's right. So a lot of companies that are coming up with like creative,
revenue share
programs, right? That it's some of these companies that comes from the agent side, right? It's an override off the top or something like that. Our Profit Share program doesn't affect the agent's commission, doesn't affect their sponsor's commission. It comes from the owner's pockets. So basically, We pay all of our bills. We pay our agents. What's left over is pure owner's profit. We take 48% of that. We give that back to the agents through the profit share program. And so that's in our franchise agreement. I mean, everyone who opens a Keller Williams office agrees to that right up front.
Well, and that adds to it really is built, Keller Williams is built by agents for agents. So the profit share system is a testament to that. And also with some of the other companies you mentioned, their revenue sharing, profit sharing models, whatever they're called for the other companies, sometimes they're not really that beneficial. Like there are agents that they love their brokerage and they bring people to the company, but then they bring these people to their company. It doesn't even really help them because their agents that they bring have to qualify, so to speak, to even really get the benefits of saying all these amazing things about their company and helping to grow their own brokerages.
Yeah, it puts a lot of onus on the person who introduced that person to that model, right?
They sort of become the team leader themselves.
They are the team leader, right? So, you've introduced me to this model. Well, I don't have a team leader. I don't have a broker of record. I don't have a chief financial officer. I don't have an agent services person. I don't have all this rest of the tribe to support me. My support comes from that person.
Right.
And God love them, sometimes they're taking care of their own life, right? They're running their own life. They're taking care of their family. And so
I think the disconnect that happens there is on those types of models, you can't be the team leader, also be good in your personal life, and then also sell real estate too. It's just too much for one person. So like Keller Williams, we've been talking about the support system that people have where you can talk about how great Keller Williams is. These people can come into the company, get great training of the whole agent, not just selling real estate. And it takes all that burden off of me to basically make sure these people succeed. I invite them and then I pass them off to you. And the leadership team makes sure they succeed.
That's right. And they pay me well, right? I don't have to go sell real estate. I'm compensated for the agent. The public is their client. For me, the agent is my client.
Like you make money based on how successful we are.
I am here to support, coach, consult, and grow the agents. That is my one focus. And that's how my whole leadership team is.
Yes.
We're here to support the agents.
Elizabeth, obviously Keller Williams has been around a long time. It's the largest real estate company in the world. So what are some of the other things that there are besides obviously selling real estate? There's kind of a tribe, so to speak, for everyone here.
Absolutely. We recognize that everybody brings something unique and special to the business. And so we have affinity groups, whether that be our Hispanic group or our Arabic group. If
there's military group, there's so many.
Farm and ranch, luxury, just so many to name. And so, if there's something unique and special about the agent, we want to celebrate that. And
there's even a KW Fitness I saw the other day.
Yes.
So literally everything. It's not just about selling real estate when you are a partner with Keller Williams.
That's it. Wealth building. We have investor groups if you're interested in getting into investing through real estate. I mean, we've got an affinity group for that.
Absolutely. So I would say no matter where you're at, I think it's worth it to schedule a call with a local Keller office. Obviously, if you're here, I can get you connected with Elizabeth Rains. And like she said earlier, it's not about selling you on Keller. It's about how can Keller help you succeed in your business and meet you where you're at. And I think that's the biggest difference with Keller Williams versus all the other brokerages around.
Yeah, we're all about the realtor community. I mean, like right now, you're even going to see training coming out. Our training calendar is open to anyone who wants to attend. It's not unusual for me to go upstairs, teach class, and there's somebody from another brokerage there. And they are welcome. I like to joke and say, listen, you're going to do business with my agents. If you're not getting the training you need, I will happily provide that training because it's going to make sure you both get to the closing table. And at the end of the deal, that's what we're about, getting everybody to the closing table.
One thing we didn't mention was actually Keller is also a capping brokerage too.
Right.
Which is probably a big thing we should
This is something people, it's such a foreign concept to people that I think a lot of agents either don't understand it or literally don't believe it. I, for one, didn't. Back in 1996 when I got licensed, I spent 7 years with our local boutique company and, then was introduced to Keller Williams. Well, I was doing, 8-10 million at that time, and I had a split on all 8 to 10 million. When I came to KW, they said, nope, you're only going to pay us on the first $2 million that you sell, and you're going to keep 100% of everything else. So, I got a $48,000 raise the day I walked through the door. So we truly are an open book capping company. You only pay us up to that cap based on your anniversary date. Then you spend the next 12 months until your anniversary date or whenever you cap at 100% commission. And it's a true 100%. You have capped on the company dollar and you have capped on the royalties. So at that point, you go to the closing, they cut one check, it's yours, go put it in the bank.
That's a big, you gloss over it really quick, but it is a true cap. There are some brokerages that say they have a cap, but they cap and then there's these little micro fees. Still on every transaction.
We don't do that. We don't charge a broker review fee. We don't charge a transaction fee. You can charge a transaction fee. We do not, as a brokerage, charge a transaction fee. When you have capped, you are truly capped. You have capped on the royalty or the franchise fee, as some people call it, and you have capped on the split that we keep. And it's a true 100%. It's one check, cut to you, go put it in the bank.
To give another example, there's an agent that came from, well, I won't say the name of the brokerage, but they didn't have a capping structure. And she joined us. She got a $90,000 raise just because she would have capped and she wasn't capping at the other company. So it truly makes a difference. Not only is it a great place for single agents at Keller Williams, but even for teams. We have groups here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, really, there's 3 models to a real estate company. There's a dependent model, and that's your traditional companies that you think about. And then there's your cloud-based companies that you think about that are not necessarily offer all the bricks and mortar and the services and the support, but you get a really great economic model. We're right smack in the middle. You get all the benefits of a traditional real estate company with the bricks, the mortars, the leadership team, the staff, the training, and you get the compensation model that is so beneficial to the agent. So it's really the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. So like we've been saying, there's really a place for everyone here. So no matter what your style of doing business is, or me, I mean, I wear the top hat and you guys love that. And I'm able to be myself at Keller Williams and advertise my business. And I'd love that Keller just comes alongside to support me in that. And I don't have to deal with, your sign has to look a certain way or all these things that I've heard from other brokerages that it's actually just kind of sad.
Well, we're intel inside. I mean, the point is people do business with you because of who you are. You could sell real estate for any company. And we just like to partner with agents. We're intel inside. We're the power. We're the platform, the support, the train, the economic model. But we want you to be who you are.
Absolutely. And that you talked a little bit about technology there, and we won't go into that in this video, but Keller Williams Gary Keller, the owner, went out on stage and said, we're now a technology company. And I think because Keller owns their own tech and we're always improving, Keller Williams is already steps ahead of a lot of other brokerages that are kind of scrambling in this new technology wave. I mean, first it was consumers have access to all of the listings, and we thought that was going to kill the real estate agent, but yet here we still are, and we pivot and we continue to grow. And I'm seeing this next wave of technology with at Keller, you get your own website, you get your own app, you have the CRM, and everything can be as digitally based as you want it to be, because it is still, as society, we've changed to this, right now mentality. So the faster we can connect with our clients, get them into our systems, start giving them value and reaching out to them in a meaningful way through technology is going to be the difference of agents that succeed moving forward, I think.
Well, the importance about tech is that it is speed to the consumer. The consumer wants accurate, valid information at their fingertips. If they want to shop at 2 o'clock in the morning, they want to be able to shop at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And the fact is that there are companies out there that are not providing, non-real estate companies, that do not provide great data we all get those calls. Hey, I want
Yep.
to see this house. This house is already sold. That is not good data.
Yeah.
So Keller decided, to create our own technology platform from end-to-end technology. And it is updated every 15 minutes directly out of the multiple listing service. So it is more accurate than rhymes with pillow. And and the agents own it.
Right.
And so that's really an important distinction. Your current brokerage may have a platform. Do they own that technology?
Yeah.
We're seeing big tech companies come and gobbling up all these different agent platform resources. Well, now they have your database, right? And it says they can do anything they want to with that database. And by the way, they're marketing to that database.
Yes.
And so at Keller, we are absolutely committed to your listing, your lead, your business, your contact. It all goes back to the agent. I do not sell. We do not take leads. We do not. It's the listings business, the agent's business. So it all goes back to them.
Yeah. The leadership at Keller is non-competing. So you don't have to worry about, I'm coming to my support with this problem, and I don't have to worry about Elizabeth going behind my back and like messaging the person directly and stealing it from me, essentially.
Right.
So, well, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, Elizabeth. I mean, you're always a wealth of information. You've been in real estate so long. And again, if you are considering starting a career in real estate, or you're in real estate and thinking maybe it's time for a change, let us know. We'd be happy to get you connected. And even if you're not in Oklahoma and Tulsa, there's Keller offices
everywhere,
all over. So wherever you're at, we'll get you connected. So we'll see you in the next one.